Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alan and you are watching Crooked Hooks Fishing. Thanks for taking the time to click on the video today. Well, it is Christmas time and the end of 2025, and boy oh boy has a lot happened over this year. I can tell you I've had my share of ups and downs over the past little bit, as well as everybody else I would assume. But between technical issues all through the summer and just having to deal with all of that to try and get videos out, and not wanting to put out low quality videos. I wanted to get my equipment replaced and make sure that I was giving you guys the best that I could possibly give you. Yeah, we ran into some difficulties, but we did manage to put out some great content. At least I thought it was great content. You guys seem to agree, and hopefully we'll see more of you in the future. But looking back at 2025, it was a big year for the channel. And before we get started with the unboxing, because I know you guys want to see the unboxing, we have to say thank you to the channel partners and the people who have taken me on as pro staff or brand ambassador in the past year. As always, first and foremost, thank you to Jeff Dix at Limestone Lures. Not only a great guy, great businessman, really just straight up dude, but very happy to call him my friend. And thank you so much for everything that you've done for me and for the channel. I really appreciate it, Jeff. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Again, Steve Pixley too as well, at Kicker Custom Lures. Finally getting some online presence back, which is great after having lost your Facebook account. But looking forward to working with you in the new year, and keep cranking out the goods, man. Everybody appreciates it, and we're looking forward to seeing some new stuff. At this point, I do have an announcement as well, that I am officially a team member of Jacked Up Jigs. Sheldon has graciously brought me on, and I couldn't be happier. I look forward to trying out some of your new products that you have coming in the new year, and seeing our partnership grow in the online and tournament community. So that would be great. As always, of course, I have to say a big shout out to Frontenac Outfitters, my boat and gear supplier. Zach and his team have always given me the utmost positive treatments, and just a great overall shopping experience. If you guys are looking for a new boat coming into the new year, now's the time to be looking. Zach's got a great selection, a lot of really killer brands in the fishing kayaks, and him and his team would be more than happy to get you guys set up for that. And lastly, of course, being brought on as a brand ambassador for Tackle Depot Canada. Really, really excited to be part of the team there, and bringing some of the deals and some of the good product reviews to you guys over the next year or two as well. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the channel partners and stuff like that. I couldn't be doing any of this without you guys, and I really, really appreciate it, and I really look forward to next year. That being said, I would also like to thank Mitch LeCoupe and Jeff Dix again, with the Kingston Canoe Kayak Fishing Group. Really great group to be involved in, and if you're just starting into some kayak fishing and stuff like that, this is a great place to start. Some like-minded individuals are there, and it'd be a really positive experience for you guys to take a look at their website and join their group if you're interested. And along the same lines, I have to give a huge shout out to Aaron Dodds, Jason Brock, and Serge Paradis over at Kayak Bass Canada. A lot of the things that I've been doing have been affiliated with Kayak Bass Canada, participating in their tournaments, and just generally helping out and doing what I can to support the causes that they support. And again, this is a great place to start your kayak fishing journey. The group over there is just a swell group of guys, and you just cannot go wrong. I've made a lot of friends over there, and I look forward to making many, many more in 2026. So Aaron, Jason, and Serge, thank you so, so much for all the work that you put together in the past year. Speaking of going into the new year, I'm going to be having a drone at my disposal, so I'll have new drone footage. I've got new cameras. I've got a new boat in the works. I've got my Blue Sky that I'm rebuilding, and I'm hopefully going to have that done before May. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot to do on this boat, but I can't wait to get it going and show you guys the progress video that I'm working on from start to finish, showing you everything that I did to the boat. We're stepping it up in 2026. It's going to be a great season. I get to start my season a bit early. I'm going to be taking part in Fishapalooza 2026, fishing up in Lake Nipissing, which means I get a head start fishing for bass because the bass season opens up really early up there, or is non-existent. It could be one of the two, but I am looking forward to going up there and slamming some early season bass. So it is going to be a fun trip. It's a week long, so expect at least a couple videos to come out of that too as well. But I know you guys are here for the goods. And speaking of goods, I hope everyone had a fantastic Christmas. I hope your Yule logs were yuling and the Chris's were kringling, and you got showered upon by all of the things that you put on your Christmas list from Santa Claus. But I got a few things here. I actually have the September, October, and November 6 stacks, and that's what we're going to be going through today. And hopefully we'll start seeing some of the new baits. So we're going to crack right into it. We're going to get started, and we'll just take a look to see if maybe there's. I don't feel any bags in here. There's a little bag. What's in here? I've got some terminal tackle. We've got some split shot, split ball, lead weights, and we've got wacky hooks. And yet there's no soft plastics in here? That seems a bit odd. What do we got here? Wacky weights. These are specific weights to go off your liner hook. So these will be pretty handy. But yet, what do we got here? Oh, we got the pre-rigged Panorama swim baits. So these are pre-rigged with a hook, and it's got that Panorama profile, so it is a very thin bait. Let's pull one out, because I always like to pull one out. The paint job on this is incredible. This is live gizzard shad. Look at the paint job on that. Holy smokes. The gold on the tail, purple and copper, a little bit of a citrus lavender line, and then blue into the belly. And it's not a thick bait either. It's a very thin bait, but a really tall one, nice and wide. That's gonna get chewed. That'll 100% get chewed. Especially in the early season. If you can drop that right in something's face, they're gonna chew the crap out of that. So that's the Panorama 3.5. Oh wait, there is a... Aha! There's our soft plastics. We got the Bambusa. So that's the 5.3. Yep, that's the 5.3, and this is Green Pumpkin Pro. So this is kind of like your take on peanut butter and jelly, but if you take a look, it's a little more translucent. It's got kind of a two-tone, so it's got a lighter belly and a darker top. And as we all know, Green Pumpkin is just going to get absolutely murdered. So that's great. So I've got the wacky hooks, and I've got the split shot and the wacky weights here. specifically for that. So that's cool. There's a big package in there. I'm going to save that for last. What's this? Oh, there's the small ones, the Busa Neds. And that's in the green pumpkin juice. So that's a darker green pumpkin with lots of flake. I'll leave that one in there because I've pulled the green pumpkin juice out before. But this is a Ned size. You know what? I'll pull one out. This is a Ned size in the Busa. So you've got... Look at that tail quiver, and I'm barely even moving it. It's just shaking around. That is going to kill on a little Ned rig. Anything like that, that's going to be great. Skirted Ned, anything like that, that'll be awesome. Looking forward to that. And then we've got a Scramble. Oh, so this is the Scramble 106. So this is 6 cents take on the Whopper Plopper, and I will tell you, I've got a few of these, and these things are incredible. So this is the Ghost Smoke color. So it's a translucent body. And then on the bottom, you've got that ivory belly. And then that olive and silver top. This is a killer paint job. And of course, molded in scales and gill plates. Holographic eyes. You're looking at some serious hardware on there too as well. Those hooks are sticky, sticky, sticky. But the great thing about the Scramble that I have noticed is that these things do not spin. A lot of times if your prop gets gummed up or your line gets tangled or your leader gets tangled, on your traditional prop baits, you will start rotating, you will start spinning, and the whole bait will start spinning and bugger up your line. In the season that I threw this bait, I never had one not run true. I've never had it not stay where it's supposed to stay. It has never flipped on me. It has never rolled on me. Fantastic bait. I can't stress it enough. Now, they did just come out with a smaller version of this too, in an 80 size, I believe. Instead of a 10 millimeter, 106 millimeter, I believe it's an 86 millimeter, which is a little bit of a smaller profile, and I'll be very excited to get a few of those. And I've got one thing left in here for September. Oh boy. So at the time, this was not available, so this counts as a bait drop. Bait drop. So that's awesome. And this is the Option. So the Option 50, it's the 5.0. So this is a 5-inch harnessed swim bait. And something's going off in the background. And this is in that live gizzard color too as well. Now this gives you the option, hence the name, of running the hook on the top or on the bottom. All you got to do is undo the split ring, and you can attach it to the top here, or you can leave it on the bottom here. I will probably leave it on the bottom, but wow, this is a cool looking bait. I bust this open, but I've got no place to store it, and this is it's not an open and closed clamshell. Once this is open, it's open. So I will just leave it as is, but boy, oh boy, what a great bait to get. This is, okay, so the bag, I was getting a little worried because the bag from September was seeming a little light. A lot of simple plastics, a lot of stuff, but you know, the Panorama, the Option, and the Scramble saved this sack. This is a very, very good sack, and I'm really looking forward to throwing that stuff. October, we got the old Green 6 going on here. Which way am I going? Ooh, there we go. Green 6. So we got the October one. And I'll start with the plastics. Yep, everybody's favorite, the Bluegill Fire Prawn. This is, of course, the 4.5-inch, 4.2-inch creature bait. This is pretty much one of my standard flipping baits. And I mean, these have been around since the dawn of time, and there's a reason, because they catch fish. So Texas rig that, or even weightless, throw it out there, get bit. That's just the way it's going to go. 3.5 panoramas in live sunfish. Up here, we know this is going to get chewed. This is going to get absolutely chewed. You Texas rig this, let it flutter down. You can do this weightless, or with a weight. You can also wacky rig it. You can drop shot it. You can just throw it on a wacky hook and just let it float around. These things get bit. The only thing I don't like is that how thin they are. They are super thin, and they get tore up pretty fast. Now, in response to that, 6th Sense has now come out with the Panorama Plump, which is about 3 times as thick as this. And so I will probably be investing in the Panorama Plumps as opposed to these ones. But these ones are still killer, especially in the very small size where you can drop shot them. So that's a very good bait to have. Can't wait. Well, there we go. We got another set of rigged Panorama swim baits in the same color. Okay, I just showed you that. So we got a second go of these. Hey, I'm more than happy to take a double up on these because these things are just going to kill, and I can't wait to throw them. So having 2 more extra, yeah, looking forward to that. Thanks. What else do we got? Ooh, considering we're coming into ice fishing season, these are the crappy jig heads. This is 1/32 of an ounce, 0.90 grams. And these are tiny, tiny. Look at it. Look at it. In comparison to my finger, look how tiny those are. These are going to be great putting on a little microplastic and just dropping it through the ice. Hey, can't go wrong there. Some stout wide gap hooks. 4 wide gaps. Oh, and speaking of the crappy baits, there we go. Ooh, that is a sick color. That is the Clobber Minnow in Spanish bone. And I like the bone color. I love the bone color. So these are just like little hatchet-shaped paddle tails. And they have a very thin tail with a little nodule on the end there. See the little ball at the end of the tail? That little ball is going to be able to really catch the water and create a disturbance. Oh man, I like these. I like these a lot. It looks like we got 2 hard baits left in here. Bait drop. Bait drop. I did not even know this was a thing. Guys, if you go all the way back to my second video, my first video was an intro to the channel, but my second video, I threw around a bait called the Movement 80 Wake. And it's a 12-inch diver. It goes down 1 foot. And in that video, I crushed like 20 fish in a 3-hour period. I just hammered everything in a 3-hour period. And it's always been one of my go-to baits because I always catch fish on the Movement 80. Now, the 80 stands for 80 millimeters. So she's this big. And I've always wanted a smaller profile Movement Series bait. Well, there we go, guys. The Movement Wake in 60 size. And this is the Live Gizzard Flash. Are you sensing a theme for the fall baits? A lot of gizzard baits. A lot of bait fish imitators. Oh, I am in heaven right now. I am in heaven right now. Oh, this is awesome. Look at that. Look at that bait. Goodness gracious. Molded scales, gill plates. Look at the colors. That is so natural looking. Oh gosh, I am going to fish the bejesus out of this thing. Oh, hands down. Hands down. Like, we got a ton of baits in this sack. This is a lot of baits. But that right there, that is killer. Oh my gosh, that's killer. What else do we got? We got a Quake 70 lipless crank, and this is in the 4K shad. So lipless crank, I'll leave this one in the case. We'll get through this one quick. But you cannot go wrong with a lipless crank in the fall. They will just get chewed to pieces, and the gold, blue, and white here is just gonna have the drawing power. The 70 is a shaker, not a knocker. So this has the, it's not like the Quake Thud series. The Thud has a single knocker, whereas the regular Quakes, they're all going to be shakers. That is a sick bag. And this is way more than the retail cost of the sack. Way more. So I'm really pleased with that sack. Really, really pleased. The only thing I probably would have liked is, instead of the prawn, I probably would have liked to have seen a Congo or the Bongo craw. But I mean, I'm gonna throw the prawns. Like it's just a no-brainer. They're just a great overall flipping bait. But that is man. October came out swinging. Can November top that? There's a huge thing in here. So, is there any plastics? Yes. Oh, there we go. Speaking of the Congo, there's the Congo craw. 3.8 Congo craw. This is one of my go-to trailers, but you can just flip these just as is too as well. And I love these creature baits because look at that. This is the magic craw color, so it's an iridescent blue and green, which is fantastic. It's an incredible color. Clear water, stained water, that's going to work. And the 4 appendages are amazing. If I really want to get this down to depth really quickly, I will pull 2 of the appendages off so that it doesn't have as much resistance, and I'll just use the outside appendages. If I'm using it as a trailer, I'll pull off the outside appendages and just use the middles. And if I'm flipping it just in through heavy cover and stuff like that, I'll leave everything on. That way, it works for pretty much any application you want to use it for. You know, you want to use it as a trailer, trim it down, go ahead. You want it to fall fast, go into that deeper water, trim it down. Trim it down in different ways, you know, whether it be the middle appendages or whether it be the outside ones, you're going to have a different effect. But for the trailer, I like to take the outside appendages off, and for the flipping, I like to take the inside appendages off if I want it to get down faster. I just find it has a bigger presence when it has the wider appendages. What else do we got in here? A very overlooked bait, and a lot of people don't fish these. This is a swimming worm. And I'm not talking about the 6th Sense ones in particular. Not many people use a swimming worm. A swimming worm will have a thicker body with more of a minnow-shaped profile, but then it will have that big, aggressive paddling tail. This is the green pumpkin juice in the Judge. And the 6th Sense version is called the Judge, just so you know. And this is what she looks like. So you can see the keel at the top, and that's a split keel, so it hides your hook point, so you can run this through super thick grass. You can Texas rig it, you can swim bait hook it, and use a keel weighted hook on it. I like to Carolina rig these weightless, because you get a lot of action out of these baits on a Carolina rig. And then you've got that really aggressive style paddle on the bottom. These baits just absolutely kill on a Carolina rig. And if you haven't fished a swimming worm on a Carolina rig, you are really missing some opportunities for some really aggressive strikes. And not just from bass. If you're going after pike, if you're going after walleye, if you're going after smallmouth, this will it will work. But a lot of people don't use it. And it's a real shame because a swimming worm, any brand, I don't care what brand it is, any swimming worm on a Carolina rig is going to get eaten. And we got another bait drop. This is the Fiction Shad. This is a jigging minnow, but it's you can use it as a trailer too as well. I think I'm going to use it as a trailer on chatterbaits. And that's the Fiction Shad right here. I'm trying to get a hold of it. Look at the colors. Now this is a translucent bait, so you can see right through it. It's completely clear. And then you have that minnow shiner belly. And then you have the gold tail with that little protrusion. You see that little ball? That's what's going to give that tail that action. Now you can drop shot this. You can wacky rig it. I'm going to use it as a trailer. You can use a weightless swim bait hook on it. I mean, there's so many ways you can use just a utility minnow like this. It does have the split keel, the split dorsal fin. So you can transpose a hook into it. So much you can do with something like this, and this is a new offering from 6th Sense. So we've got a bait drop in every single bag, so that's good. That's a great way to start the new year. Flipping hooks for the Congo craw. And it looks like we got 2 baits left in here. Obviously, it's go-to. It's if you don't have this in your winter fishing arsenal, boy, oh boy, are you missing out. The jerk bait. And this is the 97X. So this is a rattling jerk bait. And this goes down 3 to 6 feet or 3 to 5 feet. And this is the 97 size, the 9.7, 97 millimeter size jerk bait, which is quickly becoming my favorite. The standard size is the 106. I still throw the 106, obviously, but this is phenomenal. Really good to have. And that was the Ghost Pro Shad color, so you can't go wrong there. Oh, there's another thing. Nice. Barracuda. Yeah. We'll be putting that to use. Glug, glug. And lastly, oh, very cool. So this is a suspending crankbait. This is a Pressure Series PD7. So this dives 5 to 7 feet. The Pressure Series is a new flat-sided square bill series that just came out, and they have the PD4, PD7, PD10, PD15, 20, and 25, I believe. They go deep. They can go up to deep, deep, deep. And this is the matte ghostified color. So this is a translucent matte finish bait. Look at that thing. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. This is going to get chewed so hard. It's got a nice rattle. Nice rattle to it. Whoa, those hooks are sticky, sticky, sticky. That is such a beautiful bait. So this dives 5 to 7 feet, which is perfect for a lot of the back lakes and river shorelines. Banging this off of rocks, making sure that it gets noticed, and then that rattle's just going to do the rest of the work. I am really stoked by that one. And that was the last bait for November. Now, all things considered, I think November's sack was the weakest out of the 3. Tell me what you think in the comments. I think the November sack was the weakest of the 3. I do love that PD7 though, and I do love the Fiction Shad. So having some new baits and stuff in my arsenal is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. But the other sacks, I mean, holy smokes. That Movement 60, the Panorama pre-rig, the Clobber Minnows, you know, the Option swim bait, the Scramble. So many great baits over the past 3 months that have fallen into our laps here. Honestly, if you want to try a six sack on your own, you can go to sixcentfishing.com. Go on down. And you can use my buddy's code, Justin Royal's code, which is JR6SAC, and that'll save you 20% off your first six sack. And then if you like it, you can continue your subscription. If you don't like it, cancel it. If you want to get 6 Cents baits locally, check your local tackle stores and stuff like that. You can also go to tackledepot.ca, where they have a starting selection of 6 Cents tackle. It's not the hugest, but they do have some good essentials and everything. And you can use my code SHARE75TD at checkout, and you will save some cash on your order. Okay. But that's all I've got for you. And so again, guys, thank you so much for all your support in 2025. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in 2026. But until then, keep your heads above the water.